Oh, shh. It's about to start.
It's
Anarchy!
time for Patty to Startcast, and we're crazy to the mast.
Great, everyone.
Nobody wanted to start.
We're causing anarchy now.
I
Hey,
wasn't ready.
I'm burning
Fry.
down this place. Woo!
Fry.
Fire!
The Warner Tower, Fry.
Fry!
Fry!
Fry.
Look, Leela, it's the Warner Brothers. They're a bunch of meatbags.
Oh, look at these meatbags. Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Paulson. Has Rob Paulson been on Futurama? Let me look that up.
Let's see.
Is this
He has to have been.
Is this podcast gender balanced and pronoun neutral? Well,
I'm so glad you brought that up.
I think it's not because we have 3 she/hers here. It's not balanced.
Well, I mean, like how much does each pronoun weigh?
That's a good question. We have to really find out.
I know what I can't suggest that she her weighs less. I can't do that.
Yeah,
You can't do that these days. You can't say stuff like that anymore. What the heck?
That's gonna that's what like the new character in Animaniacs is gonna say when like the Warners go like, make sure to put your pronouns in the bio, and then he goes like, so these days the kids with their pronouns.
Yeah, the Doug Walker comes in.
The Doug Walker character in Animaniacs.
They should put him on this show.
Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to Ready to Start the Podcast. I'm Ryan Ribbity. Who else is here?
Rob Paulson auditioned for the voice of Fry.
Oh my god. We were doing our introduction.
You know, my dad was really excited to get Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna sign.
Hey
No no seat for 2 minutes.
Hey guys, Rob Paulson here. I'm so happy to be part of this wonderful podcast.
Can you all say your fucking names?
Hi, I'm the special guest, Hyper CP
Oh my fucking
from
god.
Twitter.
Hi, I'm also the special guest, Seep.
You're all making a fucking joke out of me.
Well, don't forget me, Hyper Seep, who draws.
Rob Paulson, get out of here.
This is Rosa. She's right next to me. And next to me also is Amanda, our special guest. Hello. Usually I go like, hey, special guest, what do you do? So what do you do?
I yell on Twitter about One Piece and sometimes things that aren't One Piece. Sometimes.
What is the ratio to One Piece to not One Piece?
2.
Alright, good to know. Alright, everyone, welcome to a very special episode of Ready to Start the Podcast. Tonight we're gonna talk about... Well, I think... Also, Seep, you're free from timeout. You can talk now. I
said 2 minutes. Okay?
We're starting the conversation now. You can speak again.
Seep silenced.
The biggest piece of news this week, obviously, like if you've followed up with like any sort of news, Boss Baby 2 trailer dropped, and you know, I don't want to brag, but me, Miss Ryan, I don't want to get my high horse Roberta.
Seems to me you haven't heard about the birth of the Lord our God Jesus Christ, because that's a boss baby if I ever saw one.
I predicted beat for beat the trailer for Boss Baby 2. I predicted all of it. I predicted Girl Boss Baby, who was gonna shrink down human adult Boss Baby back into a baby so he could save Baby Corp. I knew it. I got it all right, and I think I'm really smart for that. But what did you all think of Boss Baby 2's trailer?
I'm still trying to process it because, like, yesterday when I was like, okay, I'll be on here. You were like, okay, Adventure Time, Animaniacs, Boss Baby, and immediately I was like, okay, I'll catch up on Animaniacs, but I refused to watch the Boss Baby trailer until like 5-10 minutes before this starts, and I did that, and I forgot 3/4 of it already.
I'm gonna level with you. I don't remember anything that happened in that trailer besides the fact that I got it all right.
You know what? That's a good thing to remember.
What about
Yeah.
what about her voice actress? She's voiced by the ultimate girl boss.
Princess Carolyn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like
Yeah.
level. I don't know. You ever watch a trailer and like when the rush of like me getting everything right wore off, I'm like, yeah, it's Boss Baby 2, all right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know about you, but I'm freaking excited. I don't know what you're talking about.
What can you give some examples of things you're excited for about Boss Baby 2?
I mean, they're on the. It's not just the movie itself. It's kind of the whole culture around it right now. I mean, it's hot off the heels of Crudes: A New Age coming out tomorrow. And
Wait, that's coming out tomorrow.
Wait, are
Yep.
you shitting me? I can't tell if you're shitting me because I am super out of the loop.
yeah, it's Thanksgiving.
Oh my
Um,
god.
What the fuck?
And so we're gonna get a sequel to The Boss Baby. Very anticipated sequel. I mean, DreamWorks, they don't just make, sequels for the sake of it. It's always something that's really like, like, man, what's gonna happen to the Madagascar characters, So I think we're gonna get a little something like that. I like how they turn Tim
Him,
Tim
yeah.
Templeton back into a child, but he has his adult voice.
Yeah.
Still. I think that's like all the rage, right? When did that start? That start with Bob's Burgers, where it's like, let's just, because for a while it was like, if you have like a kid character in something, you get like you'll cast like an adult, but usually they like try to sound like a kid. But I feel like lately with stuff, they just kind of don't do that anymore, and it's like, it's fine.
I think, because Gravity Falls had like a 40-year-old man doing Dipper's like voice.
Yeah.
And that-
Mabel.
That worked out decently. So I think now
And
it's
then
like,
DuckTales also does that sort of thing, but better.
yeah, I think I think the voices they got for like the kids in DuckTales generally sound a bit more kiddish. Like Ben Schwartz
Yeah.
kind of translates
definitely.
naturally, doing
Yeah,
like
he
a
goes, oh,
doing his kind of like
Uncle Scrooge, I can go, huh?
I
I can't sound like a kid.
Uncle Scrooge, I know I can go, ha!
Did they explain in the trailer for Boss Baby 2 at all why Templeton just turns back into a kid, but Boss Baby becomes a baby?
No.
You need to work together, I guess.
I don't know. It doesn't because he's not a baby.
Yeah.
See, the whole thing scares me because it gets me thinking about like the timeline. Like I never actually watched the first one all the way through, but like it was like modern, right? Like modern day.
Kinda, yeah.
And then you look at this trailer and it's pretty much the same. Like what the fuck?
Can I?
What, you want Futurama cars
I
everywhere?
hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
Hey, meatbag, check out this Boss Baby.
Fry.
Oh my god.
Fry, look, it's
Boss
little
Baby.
Boss Baby Fry.
We
Look at
have
his
to
little
kill him.
Oh, Professor, you always want to be killing the youth.
What were we talking about?
Boss Baby
Boss
2.
baby.
Were
Boss
we about
Baby
to-
3 abortion.
No.
Did someone have what? Hear the legends of the Kung Fu Panda.
Can I ask you another question?
What?
Was there any reason for the Boss Baby to have to turn back into a baby? Could he not have done anything he needed to do as an adult?
No.
He was
Yeah, plus
the
he's-
boss
Plus
baby.
he's like fucking Virgil from Devil May Cry.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like all you're doing by making him a baby is making things more difficult for him.
Well, no.
You're nerfing him.
He has baby power
Baby power?
because he can like, I don't know, like he can infiltrate like baby.
can poop.
things.
He can poop. He can be like the Pooplers on Nintendo Switch.
The what? The what?
Pooplers on
Meant for
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Poopler.
Where am I? Where am I? How do you spell Berenstain? Can you tell me?
Hold on, I gotta pass English 1 first.
I like how none of us clearly have any thoughts on this Boss Baby 2 trailer.
Okay, see, like halfway through the trailer, I realized they were using the song "We Are Young," which is from like 2012, and that got more. That like little pun got more of a giggle out of me than anything in the trailer.
The trailer.
That's the state of things.
Grab the popcorn.
That's the state of Boss Baby 2, the family business. Also, that's a pretty good subtitle.
All right.
That's it.
Any other thoughts on Boss Baby 2, or can we free ourselves from this?
No, never. Nobody will ever think about it.
Well, what do we all think of the first Boss Baby? I think that's a relevant point of conversation.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, fair enough. I have seen Boss Baby 1.
There we go.
It's the... If you were to line up all the DreamWorks films in like order from best, like worst to best, Boss Baby would be literally right in the middle. It's the most okay DreamWorks film ever made.
Honestly, yeah. It's not even like I think people expect it to be bad, but it's really not. It's just like it's got some fine things in it.
Rosa, have you seen Boss Baby?
Only like an episode to show.
Oh, you watched the
Boss
show.
Baby Back in Business.
Yeah,
The liberal.
and that was
show.
that was one where you say liberal. It's like
liberal.
Because like
Yeah.
when you think of like the legendarily really good DreamWorks stuff, it's like Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, How to Train Your Dragon, like the big boys up on top, Captain Underpants, and then you got like the stuff on the other ends like so bad it's funny, like Megamind, Shark Tale or whatever, and then right in the middle you have Boss Baby, which like I feel like people overhype that movie like with the funny bad ones. When you watch, it's like, yeah, it's Boss Baby.
It is just truly nothing. I assume I haven't seen it,
certainly.
but like, yeah.
There was an Elvis guy in there that was pretty funny. I think it has some good animation. Like there's some like sequences,
Yeah.
pretty creative looking.
Can I ask you all a question? Speaking of DreamWorks, while we're just on the topic,
Okay.
where do you
Sure,
put
Alex.
where do you put Mr. Peabody and Sherman on your DreamWorks tier list?
I have not seen that one either.
That one's like center left.
Sherman. What do you mean? We're not one of the top DreamWorks films, Sherman.
I
We're
like
on
the
to the
wording.
movie, Sherman. Did you bring your Regal Crown Club card?
I like the usage of center left, like this is a political alignment.
Sherman. We're going to the Bernie rally, Sherman.
It's Biden or bust, Sherman.
Remember, Sherman, vote blue no matter who.
Cornel, we gotta get to you for the rally. Watch my tusk, Bernie. We'll make it on time.
I think Sherman is like just the liberal, and I think like Cornel, like Bernie. Which one's the dog? Bernie. Right.
Cornel.
Cornel's the
Bernie.
dog.
Wait,
Cornel is the dog.
And Cornel's a hard
Wait.
leftist.
He has a first name.
Who?
Who?
The dog from Peabody and Sherman, who I assume is Peabody.
Oh no, we're talking about a separate dog and human pairing. We're talking about Cornel and Bernie.
Bernie
Oh.
Sanders.
Oh, I'm
You know-
a dog. I can talk.
I like that.
Nobody knows.
I like that I just filled in the blanks and assumed like you were adding Bernie and making this a trio of Mr. Peabody and Sherman and Bernie.
Bernie
That's
Sanders.
the sequel. It's like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Mr. Peabody, Sherman, and Bernie.
I like the idea of like Sherman bringing home, Peabody bringing home, Peabody bringing Sherman home a shirt. It's like, check this out, Sherman. I got you your own Biden Bros T-shirt. Oh wow, thanks, Mr. Peabody.
Check this out, Sherman. I got Bernie Sanders.
I went back in time, Sherman, and got Bernie Sanders.
From the 80s. That movie had Patrick Warburton.
It's true. He did his Patrick Warburton voice.
I'm doing my Patrick Warburton voice.
Hey, Peter, check it out.
What if he did an interview where he was just like, "Yeah, I'm Patrick Warburton, like Gilbert Gottfried, you know? Did you know that he doesn't sound like that?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, I do the same voice and everything I'm in. But like he has like a voice. He has
Oh,
like
is
a
he
normal
here?
person voice. Well,
Did we invite him?
Mr. Gilbert, come on in. Oh, thanks for inviting me. I love to be on the podcast.
I loved your role.
Gilbert, it's you. It's me, Rob Paulson.
Wow, we're birds of a feather, old friend.
That's right.
Hey Rob, did I tell you to leave?
Don't be so cruel, friend. No,
Why
ow, ow, ow.
Why does Rob Paulson sound like he has a nasal infection?
He does.
Vibes.
Yeah.
My dad has good vibes. My
Good vibes gaming. What am I talking about?
All right, next topic.
You're next,
We're clearly,
Ash.
we're done with Boss Baby. So there was actually, because we took a 2-week break. In that span, another trailer dropped for another animated movie. Is anyone here hyped for Tom and Jerry?
Looks funny. Looks cute. Looks like a cute DVD movie that I would like rent on like Redbox and show to my nieces.
It really does have the vibe of like a movie you would find on Netflix that you never knew existed. That's like perfectly okay, but it's like with a slightly higher budget.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like those 2000 movies where like an anime character goes to New York.
It's not even really
It's
like
an
that.
isekai. Tom and Jerry isekai.
No, it's not even like that. That's the Smurfs is like that, where like they go through. Oh, we got to go through the blue Smurf portal. I'm the head of a marketing firm. I gotta think of a new advertisement for this thing. Oh, we're Smurfs.
I don't want little people running around my house.
Feast your eyes, and then Gutsy's kilt blows up in the vent, and then Smurfette comes in the room, and hey guys, I kissed a Smurf and I liked it.
Okay. What were you trying to say about Tom and Jerry?
Oh, that it's not that, cause like the it's more like, what do I compare? I guess like maybe like Scooby Doo, where well, I think the thing with Tom and Jerry is, I think the heart of it is Tom and Jerry, really, and like they do crazy stuff, and it doesn't really exist in like an outlandish world. So I think just having them, like the way the movie is, they just kind of exist in live action. Like that's just what animals are. Animals
Yeah.
are cartoons.
They
in this
keep
world.
putting. I haven't seen any of that, but they keep putting Tom and Jerry in like these like intricate like settings, like fucking Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
When like wherever Tom and Jerry are is like all that matters about it is that it's where they are.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I think the movie. I think the setting of this movie is way more natural than like anything that they've been doing. I think just putting them in a hotel makes way more sense than like Tom and Jerry and the Wizard of Oz, and they're just kind of there.
Right.
Okay, this is another trailer that I haven't seen, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It's honestly just it could have been animated, but it's probably just saving money to not have it all be animated.
Hmm.
And like that's really all there is to it. Like it's not like there's like some crazy like
I get what you mean. Rosa,
Oh.
do you have any thoughts on the Tom and Jerry trailer? I want to make sure we get your thoughts on all that.
It looks okay. It looks like it's gonna be fine. Nothing too big or spectacular. It just looks like it's gonna be a fine movie.
I think definitely the biggest point of contention I see in this movie is the animation, because I've talked about this in a few places. That movie's so weird because there's certain shots where it's like perfect, like they got the characters down perfect in 3D, and there's some shots where it looks like the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I imagine it's probably like a low budget, and so they just put the animation like where it counts, it looks good, but where it doesn't count, it looks kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Anytime Tom or Jerry need to make like a big like movement, it's like really good. Like they like nailed that. Like they nailed how the characters move. But like the second anything requires them to just kind of stand there for a bit, they look really weird.
Yeah. You think that's stunt doubles? Does that explain the discrepancy, you think?
They're very weirdly overlaid in some scene too. Like there was like a scene where like the background was kind of blurry, but they didn't blur like them at all where they would be in the distance, and they just kind of looked like they were plastered over like a blurry. It's very weird. But there was another thing I wanted to say about Tom.
Oh, it's got Ken, the guy, the Dynamite.
Dynamite. Scooby, how did you know it was me?
Because I'm a master detective, and everyone knows Ken is a terrible getter.
I love Scooby. I love Scooby.
This week is my recital. It's very, very vital. To rock and run, it's right on time.
Oh
It's
my
the
God.
title. It's chicken.
How many fucking times have you watched the Scoob Masked Singer commercial?
It's on brand.
We lost like 4
feel like
viewers as
Steve
you were
is probably-
doing this.
Steve has probably watched like Masked Singer Scooby Doo like enough times to equal the length of Scoob 2020.
I haven't even seen The Masked Singer. That's the only. I would never watch that show if Scooby Doo wasn't in it.
I feel that way about everything.
I was looking at Warner Brothers logos. You know the Warner Brothers logo for Scooby Doo 2002? He does like a little laugh at the beginning of that movie. And it sounds so terrible. I want you all to like look up Scooby Doo 2002 Warner Brothers logo right now. At the very beginning, there's like a little like Scooby takes a bite out of the Warner Brothers logo, and he does like the Scooby laugh, like the. But it sounds so bad. It sounds awful because the guy who voices Scooby in that movie he's not like an actual voice actor. He's not like Scott Enos or Frank Welker or Don Messick or anyone who's actually voiced Scooby in a cartoon. It's just I think it's just like the director or someone who just voices him just in that movie and the sequel. So it just sounds really weird, and you don't really notice it when it's in the actual movie. I think he does a fine enough job, but like just in that little beginning part when you see the logo and he takes a bite of the logo and he's laughing, it sounds really weird.
Oh, I
someone
just
watch it.
listened to it. That's bad.
It's really bad, isn't it? Everyone listen to it and put it like the chat.
I'm gonna link it.
This is genuinely the most passionate you sound about anything ever.
I just thought about it. Just skip to the end when he takes a bite out of the logo. It's
Oh
alright.
no, Scooby Doo.
I guess
Where
it's not
are
that
you?
bad. I thought it was much worse. Maybe I saw like a jank version of it. Hold on.
You-
Maybe I watched like a
you-
dub of it.
You spent like 2 minutes. You spent like 2 minutes of the show ranting about this, and you're like, actually, that wasn't that bad.
Look, I gotta find what I was thinking of. Warner Brothers logo, Scooby Doo. You move on to the next. I'm gonna be looking for this.
All right. Last thing I wanted to say about fucking Tom and Jerry is I talked about this with a couple of friends, and we all kind of unanimously agreed. We think the models would look better if they had more of an outline to them. Because as it stands, I think they look very flat, and sometimes it can be hard. Like, because Tom's mouth is white on white, so it can be sometimes hard to like pick out like his teeth and stuff. So I think giving them like a bit more of an outline would have really helped with the character models. That's my hot take.
Yeah, I'm like
Wow.
watching the trailer like right now. At first, I was like, "Oh, it's Roger Rabbit." Then yeah, I realized like, "Oh, this is weird 3D ish." It's
Mhm.
All right. Any final thoughts on Tom
done.
and Jerry?
Nah.
All right. I remember a smaller thing, so I imagine we'll talk about Adventure Time for a bit. I'm trying to think of smaller things. Anything else happened?
Clifford.
Do you have anything to say? Let's level with me for a moment. Do you have anything to say on Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Clifford getting a movie is like confusing.
It
That's
already
like the-
happened once.
Did it?
Yeah.
Was
There's
it
a-
like animated?
Yeah, there was an animated Clifford movie back in like the animated movie TV adaptation boom.
Okay, see that makes sense, but like live action movie, I mean, that's
Y-
Clifford is
yeah.
a weird pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's in like a sweet spot of like. Is the show even like still going? I feel like it might be, or the books, or I don't know. It feels like a weird pick because people have like not little enough attachment to be like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, it's a very.
I lost track.
So I don't think Clifford is like a big Arthur. I want to say it's like smaller than something like Arthur, but it's like bigger than something like Martha Speaks.
Yeah.
It's definitely something everyone can recognize, I think.
I think it's probably good. I don't think it's gonna be like a big thing, but like I definitely think it will do good because kids will see Big Dog and go like, I want to watch it.
Right.
I think it's gonna do good, probably at least.
Okay, well that was Clifford.
All right, Rosa. Wait, hold on, Rosa. Do you have any thoughts on Clifford the Big Red Dog?
Big.
Big.
Yeah.
Now-
my
Big.
mind. Where's the Scooby logo that I saw? I swear there was one. No, I think it was the one from Scooby Doo 2.
God,
Hold on.
Tail.
was that Rosa?
You mean
No, it
Scooby?
wasn't.
Is this a
Scooby-
steep tall tail?
Yeah.
No, 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 no. I'm
Is this
trying-
a
Demon
seems
Scooby Doo, which I've typed out in chat because it's not an audible pun.
That's a good pun though.
all right.
Yeah.
See, we're probably gonna talk about Adventure Time now. I imagine you have something to say. Are you done looking at Scooby?
I'm not done. Find something else to talk about.
There's nothing else to talk about.
There's got to be something. Let me. I'm scanning the internet. I'm.
Scooby Doo, where are you?
There's got to be something. Scooby Doo, where are you? That'd be like a great, like gritty, like. Where are you, Scooby Doo? Like he's like Jason.
Like the title drop
Bourne.
in like really serious live action Scooby Doo.
Yeah. It's like some government guy's like looking on his like
Yes!
computer database. He's like, "Where are you?"
Exactly. I'm so glad you got that.
I'm gonna. Oh, God.
All right, I'm just gonna start. I'm just gonna start talking about Adventure Time. All right, so Adventure Time Obsidian dropped this week, and this was I imagine kind of the big
That was
one.
a week ago.
Whatever. Adventure Time Obsidian dropped, and I imagine this was the big one for a lot of people out of like the 4 they're doing. And I
Yep.
very much liked it a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, like that was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I think in a few ways, like I think BMO was a bit more, interesting because like it was very weird and different. But I think it's like a story with characters in it. I think this was the better one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one, BMO was sort of like the like. And so it is like weirder, and like a little more like distant. Excuse the pun. From Adventure Time. I think that was sort of like a little taste, and now they're like sort of going in a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
as it
because
goes on.
BMO was a very distant one, again, because it took place in a location very far off from what we're used to, and it starred BMO, who is a popular character, but he's like the only one, and BMO's not much of a character who like gets plots flowing type character. He more kind of is along for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this one starred like the two out of the 4 like of the main kind of like gang, like with Bubblegum Marceline, and it featured a lot more characters we know, like fan favorite Choose Goose.
A lot more locations that are familiar.
Yeah, you like see the Candy Kingdom and you see Marceline's house,
Mm-hmm.
and it's tied more into like the show's plot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
probably shouldn't spoil much.
Yeah,
but I think it's really good.
There's so much spoiler. I can put a spoiler warning on screen probably. If we want to
Put like you gotta put like a big, huge Adventure Time, Distant Lands, Obsidian poster, spoilers. Eh.
All right, hold on. Let me type that.
All right.
Third time, Distant Lands, spoilers, big poster,
that,
spoil,
for this Scooby-Doo logo.
spoilers.
I swear I was looking for Warner Brothers logos. I was looking for specifically the Warner Brothers pictures, like family pictures, whatever, family entertainment, home family entertainment, whatever it's called, where it has like the logo where it's like Bugs Bunny and he eats the carrot. It goes, that one?
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that one.
I was looking for that because I realized I was watching Animaniacs, and I realized like that's like the same tune. Like at the end, when they're like, what do they say at the end of that theme song?
Those are the facts.
Those are the facts. Yeah, and it's like the same tune as that. It's like, wait,
Yep.
which one came out first? So I was trying to look it up. And I found this Scooby-Doo thing where it was like a terrible Scooby voice, but I can't find it. It sounded really bad. I'm serious.
I hope you find it. You've gotten me invested now.
Mystery.
All right, back on Adventure Time. One of the first things I want to talk about is I think the animation in this special was probably some of the best in any Adventure Time related thing ever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think because in general,
Is that the spoiler warning?
yeah, there it
It's
is.
like so tiny.
Shut up. Okay.
I can't.
I
We're gonna ruin it.
no, we're not.
We're gonna ruin it.
Because in general, Distant Lands has, the first one, as you can see, if you watch the first one, it's a bit bouncier than like the main series, I want to say.
Yeah, like the drama, the character arc of Y5 is a little more like it's less intense.
Yeah.
Really.
So, like, Marceline will. Something I liked. I thought the storyboarding in this was really good. I feel like the characters are always in like a very interesting pose. Like they ever just kind of stand there. I feel like, whenever they stand around, they're in like a cool pose or like a pose that shows off their character. I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the colors in this special are very good too. I think the location they designed for this special was very well suited for like pretty colors, and the whole special kind of takes place like a falling sun type of like point of the day, and the colors in the sky are very pretty.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really like how they've been presenting these because they're each sort of like kind of like their own like standalone movies to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
Like BMO, like its intro is like it has like a CGI title card and like it has like sort of like a space sci-fi font for its opening credits, and this one has like a cool like little like I don't know what you'd call it. It has like a sort of like a rock song.
Yeah, it kind of has like that thing where like they hype up Marceline, and then you just see her in her house, and it like slams the logo on the screen and starts playing the song. It felt very movie-esque.
Yeah, that felt very cinematic. Yeah. I mean, I don't know who wants to. I could probably say so many things about this.
I can keep the conversation going. You can just comment on it. One thing I noticed for sure, this is a recurring theme I've had with like HBO Max stuff that's from Cartoon Network, is you can very much tell they have a lot more freedom with what they can do here. Because the big thing that stood out to me was the kiss Marceline and Bubblegum have in Distant Lands, not Distant Lands, Come Along With Me, versus the one they have here. It's very funny because the one they have in this is way more like up close and personal compared to like the Come Along With Me one, which is kind of from a distance.
It's more organic.
Mm-hmm.
More organic, more affectionate,
more natural. Like we were allowed to do this and make it feel natural.
And in general, I think the fact this was on HBO Max kind of allowed this whole plot. I don't know if they would have allowed a full like 44-minute special about a lesbian couple on Cartoon Network. They're way more open to that now, but as we've heard from stuff like Steven Universe, like they still are. You had to fight them a lot, and I don't think they would have gone for this. So I think it be on HBO Max probably helped with that a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think to go back on the art a little, I think it has sort of an interesting. Some people pointed out that like it looks like kind of different from the original show, which like.
Oh, it totally does. Yeah.
We talked about this like when we talked about the BMO special, but like with like how Adventure Time style is, it's sort of it's shaped around the people who work on it like very much. I mean, all animation is.
Yeah.
Adventure Time especially is it's very like storyboard driven.
Totally.
And you brought this up, Ryan, how like it there's a lot. It feels like there's like stronger anime influence.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot because a lot of the action scenes are very anime-esque, and they literally do like some like anime type reactions, and just
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think that's interesting. Like, so if you look back in like early Adventure Time, it's there's like not a lot of that. It's a lot more cartoony, I guess. So yeah, it's just an interesting like difference. You can see how it's sort of changing over time and like how the people who are working on it influence. Because I think there's like people from like OKKO and Steven Universe on this.
Oh, I would not be surprised if I would not, because I felt because both those shows were also very anime-esque, inspired in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Rosa, you've been quiet. Do you have any like personal thoughts on this?
It's very great. It's really a lot of, just gives us a lot of closure on like certain story elements, like what happened to Marceline's mom, and like how it did had like effect on their, and then like the previous, and then like added more detail to the relationship between Marceline and Bubblegum. And
I just go off your say. I think it is cool. We do get to like see the moment they broke up.
Yeah, like they sort of had like they broke up, and it's sort of like it's just them sort of like at that time they were sort of like different people, and then they're sort of like different people now. They were able to like grow up a lot more,
Uh,
and experience like more changes in their life to make it like more stable couple.
No, it's interesting because I thought, because I knew the special was gonna be sad going in, but it was interesting because it was sad in a way I didn't expect.
Mhm.
If I sounds, how do I word this? Because like I feel like going into this, you thought it was really sad. You're like, oh, Marceline's past is very tragic, and it is. But I think it's interesting because they kind of subvert that with when the sad moment happens when you like her mom's like last words to her, she starts crying, but it's almost immediately undercut by like Glass Boy coming in, and she immediately kind of stops crying. I think there's an interesting kind of arc here about like Marceline doesn't, because she's trying. The whole thing of the special is she's trying to be angsty and sad, but like kind of brings into like an interesting character thing where she's just not anymore. I think that's kind of an interesting way to take it. So the sad moment for me was the song at the end when they're trapped in the cave, and not really like the backstory stuff, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. It's sort of like they're like at a better place in life, and then sort of like sad that like it was probably gonna get cut. They should have like done so or something.
I think it is
Yeah.
like an interesting observation of like Marceline as a character, because when she is in the show, she is very like, angsty and kind of like edgy and stuff. But it is like true as the show goes on, her character evolves to being much more like caring and like soft
Yeah,
towards
like-
the people she likes.
This adds like a lot more flavor to her.
To the point where like the whole theme of the special is just she's not that anymore, and her music is changing, because you kind of get to see that in the show too. Because one of the last songs she sings in the show is like that slow dance song, which is a very like calm and soft and loving song. Whereas a lot of her earlier songs were again like kind of angsty energy type stuff.
Yeah.
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 Like most of all, like Distant Lands just has me wanting to go back and like watch all of Adventure Time from the beginning, because like there's still like a lot of it I haven't seen. Like I started watching it like close to the finale, so I was following the list of like plot episodes, which is like very obviously not the point of Adventure Time. I was always on my list to watch the rest, but this has me really wanting to.
Oh yeah. I think it's definitely it's like a commitment, but if you're willing to do it, I think it's really
But it's so worth it, and this is like really reminding me of that.
I do think a lot of the special will hit harder if if you have been watching the show since like its early days and you kind of kept along with it, because besides even Marceline and Bubblegum, there is stuff like Simon in this, and like if you've kept up with this show for a long time and watched like all the Simon episodes, it is very satisfying to finally see this dude in an okay place.
No, I
Yeah.
did watch all of those, and that was why I
Yeah.
was so happy to see him at the end.
hmm I think it is like, because usually when he shows up in like the show, it would be something that's more like it's like some kind of urgent situation.
Right, because
Um,
he's required. But
yeah.
here he's just he just gets to live his life, and that's
Yeah.
what I always wanted for him.
He's honestly kind of like a comic relief in this, which I think is
Yeah.
really great. He has
Like
like
the-
funny.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Like funny dad, funny
He's-
uncle.
He's kind of the funny
Exactly.
uncle now.
Yeah.
Funko.
It's got kind of like Ice King sort of jokes, I think, where like
Yeah,
he's like sort of like pathetic in a way.
he has the best of both worlds.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are like very musically inclined people, but did you all like the songs in this? I assume so, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, those
They
are fucking jams.
Yeah.
Again, like the Marceline song to Bubblegum, it was just like heartwarming and
I think something interesting about the music in this is in the show, whenever there's songs, they'd be like written into like they're like written by the boarders who are doing the dialogue.
yeah,
And a lot of Adventure Time songs are more like just like little like funny little numbers that
Yeah,
are,
yeah,
that
yeah.
the characters are just kind of making up. But for this one, they actually got like songwriters to do all the music for this, and I think
yeah.
that like I think it definitely like elevates it to a higher level. Like again, I think it makes it feel a bit more cinematic, as we touched on.
yeah.
They're like really, it's really good songs.
You can very much tell Olivia Olson gets very. I think she loves doing this character and singing for her in
Mhm.
particular. I like because she was the one in the first place who really pushed kind of Bubble Line into like being a thing. I think she you can tell she's very into this character. I'm glad she got to do more songs.
Yeah.
Because Phineas and Ferb Against the Universe ripped her off. Vanessa didn't sing a single fucking song in that whole. There was like 20 songs in that special, and she didn't sing a single one.
She did backing vocals for one. That
She
got
did.
cut from the movie.
She did backing vocals for a song that got cut.
Yeah. But she gets a shine here, so it's all right. It's fine.
Yeah.
I guess the big question is, what did you all think of seeing Finn at the end?
It's really funny.
Why
It's
did
like-
why did he have a sword? What's wrong with him?
Where was his sword? Why did he fight a big monster?
Why didn't you
That-
say Slamaku?
That really hit. Like, it's just a lot of emotions at once. Like, wow, okay, Jake is dead, but also Finn is like content, and that's just. I think
it's-
that just outweighs. Like he. I guess the implication that he's not really adventuring as much anymore. Like he's content with his life.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just a peaceful feeling, I guess.
Yeah, go on. I think you have way
It's a
more to
lot
say
to
on
take in.
this.
Well, I was just gonna add to that. Like, I think he's sort of, because now he's instead of Finn and Jake, it's Finn and Bronwyn,
I like that too.
which is Jake's granddaughter. So I feel like Finn here is like sort of taking the role that Jake used to, where he didn't really take charge in the adventures. He would just sort of tag along and sort of be like a mentor. That's the kind of vibe I got from there.
Yeah.
He's Jake.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say,
No.
Ryan?
What was I gonna say?
You're gonna talk about.
I liked.
tattoo.
We'll talk about that too in a second. I like because this is a problem I have with some things. Like I know the comic gave him a robot arm again, and like the initial poster for this series gave him an arm again.
Right.
I'm really glad that the show is giving him arm because I feel like Finn losing his arm is a very important part of like his
Yeah.
character progression in the
Yes.
show, and I feel like him permanently losing is kind of important for like his arc as a character. I'm glad it's still gone.
Yep.
I imagine the one he has in the poster. It looks like less high tech. Like it looks like just like a claw. I
Just
feel like it's just.
functional.
I think that's the sort of thing where it's like. I'm just personally picturing like, oh Finn, like we're gonna go on this big adventure. You should probably get like this like special arm, and I think it's gonna come off again. So I think that's kind of a running thing on the show. Like whenever there were a few times where he'd get like another arm, and it would always come off. So I think that's something that's gonna happen again.
Yeah, I guess it's like just like his swords, where he had a different sword per season, and then now it's gonna be his arms.
Right.
Curb in chat is saying they think it was probably didn't have his arm removed in the poster, so it wouldn't spoil. I think in general that poster was more of a concept poster because well, let me look at it again.
They did update it, and he had like it looks like a very specific design for the arm.
Yeah, because
So I think it's gonna be something that's gonna be introduced.
the designs for Marceline and Bubblegum also have like the different clothes and they wear in the special. So I feel like this was more of a concept poster, if anything. Just kind of give you an idea that it was back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like Finn, as a child, will still have like use armor, and it sort of just stop by the time he's like an adult, because he's like more veteran and can just do it without it.
But I guess I can lead like two topics. But one, what do you think is up with Jake? And two, do you think honestly like the special with Jake, if he is dead, do you think it would be like? I have an opinion on this, but if he was dead, do you think the special with Finn and Jake would take place before this? Because they have done timeline stuff. Because BMO was before the series.
Yeah, I think by the time of Obsidian, Jake is gone. But I also think that Distant Lands is doing things out of order. That's why like BMO had that shot of like young Finn and Jake to kind of set where when it happened, and so did this one.
I'm of the belief. I'm leaning towards him not actually being dead because Adventure Time has a real fascination with implying Jake being dead and then not him.
Does it?
Seep has gathered a lot of this. There's a lot of times where Jake talks about death or has imagery related to death. They tease it a
Yeah.
lot.
It's at least like, I'd say like 5 times. Like, there's like a scene where like Jake will like die temporarily, or Finn will think he's dead, or like Jake talks about death or dying.
Like in the spider
Okay,
episode,
that's
everyone's
funny.
favorite.
Yeah,
uh-huh.
I think about this fact a lot. Like there was that one storyboard that said when Jake dies, he essentially just like start imploding, and then like they'll use him to fill up half part of the ripped up part of the Earth.
Yeah.
You know what? That,
I like
happening here then, I guess. It's conceivable that like it could turn out that Jake also has a matching tattoo of Finn.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
that seems totally in character for them too.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
then either or.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
for like he's retired and they had to remember each other or to think about each other.
Yeah, that's true.
He could be dead though. I mean, I think the point is that the idea they're getting across is that he's not.
Finn has changed.
Yeah, and
But Finn is-
he's not with Jake anymore.
Yeah. 'Cause,
Yeah, either
I remember the biggest thing with Jake dying is everyone thought he was gonna die in the finale. That was like almost everyone I saw
Yeah,
thought he was gonna die
I
in
remember
it.
that too, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
main reason was because everyone thought what was it Time Adventure was gonna be sung by Jake only because John Madaccio, when they did the panel, was the one crying the hardest when they started singing it.
That's what I was
Yeah.
remembering just now.
So everyone thought
Mhm.
the idea was gonna be he sings that as he dies, and then it just turns out he just was crying because he thought it was a beautiful song.
Yeah. I think Jake could live a long time.
yeah.
And
I
what
think-
comic he talked about, like, it actually implied that he lives longer than Finn. Which
That's
I think
true,
would be
yeah.
kind of ironic, because, like, usually you'd think he wouldn't. But I don't know, he has, like, weird alien DNA, so maybe he could live for a long time. Oh, actually, I'm remembering, even in the finale, they, like, there's nothing that really suggests that Jake died. Like, there's like this big statue.
Oh,
like
yeah!
when they have like the future, when they're showing like the shot of the future in the intro, they have like this they have these statues that look like they're Finn and Jake that are crashed over, but there's like a little label thing that actually shows that it's Finn and Jermaine for some reason, which like
There is a crazy amount of world building in the, like that 10-second intro. It's so
Yeah,
fucked up.
It's nuts.
yeah. Yeah, you could honestly go like all day about like wondering like what that is. Like, why would Jermaine have a statue and not Jake? Did Jake make the statue? Is he alive? Like, you could also see like on one of the statues, there's like someone's built like a little like it looks like they've like built a house inside of the statue,
Mhm.
which is like, I don't know, I really like how the show just puts stuff in the background.
Yeah, like there's like a character in the intro who like might be Marceline, and like you see hands at a cave that might be bubblegum. Like there's like a lot of
Yeah.
just implication stuff. I think
Mhm.
that was cool about that intro. Because they're definitely probably around in that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like some
Adventure Time is crazy good this week.
Adventure Time is crazy good this week.
I really like this show. It's my
Yeah.
favorite show in the world.
What was that what was that character who appears for like 5 seconds in the Rock concert you kept hyping up reappeared? What's his name?
Pete the Punk.
Pete
Oh,
the
yeah,
Punk?
Put a picture of Pete the Punk on the screen right now. This
Okay.
Obsidian. I'm sorry. I don't care about spoilers right now. Pete the Punk showed up at the very end of this.
What
What do we all think about Pete the Punk?
what episode is he even from? What episode is he even from?
Okay, don't. Good joke, Ryan. Good joke. Acting like we don't know what episode Pete the Punk from Adventure Time is in.
What episode is he from?
Oh, you know, the classic Pete the Punk episode.
You should pick a look.
When the episode where
Rick turned himself into a pickle.
where Jake is like from season 1, where Jake's like, "Oh, I gotta balance my time with Lady and Finn," and he like introduces them to each other, and then they start spending like a lot of time for each other, and he feels left out. You know that one?
Pete the Punk doesn't even have a wiki article on Adventure Time wiki.
Yes, he does.
No, I'm
Did he
looking
not?
up right now. He doesn't. This character's not even important enough to have a wiki article.
When
How does
Jake's
anyone
about to
know his
call
name?
when Jake's about to call Tiffany in that episode, and when you see Tiffany for the first time, and he's going through his phone, one of the names he lists is Pete the Punk. And then in the later episode, Daddy Daughter Card Wars, Pete the Punk is one of the people attending the Card Wars tournament. And you see him there, and Pete the Punk is there at the tournament.
I really like that. The scene Pete the Punk is in this episode is like a really big revelation scene where you see this time Marceline gives Bubblegum the shirt for the first time, and we haven't talked about that at all. We haven't talked about that at all, but we've talked more about Pete the fucking Punk's cameo in that scene.
Hear what they put him in there. What do you think? How old do you think he is? Do you think he's immortal? Because that had to have taken place like a few
Did
hundred years
Pete the
ago, right?
Punk witness the birth of Christ?
That's what I want to know.
Is Pete
Was this
the
the
Punk
actual
Christ?
Pete the Punk? Could it have been like like an ancestor of Pete the Punk? Is what I'm thinking. You know what's interesting
Pete
about Pete the Punk? He, well, you know,
That's the title. You know what's interesting about Pete the Punk?
you know, and he looks like they don't directly address this, but he's wearing a shirt with a candle on it, and he looks like one of the candle stealing hooligans when Finn got the grass sword,
Oh.
and they're trying to steal the candles,
Mhm,
and
mhm.
he's scared. You know those guys, the candle stealing hooligans?
Yeah.
Come on.
No, but I also believe you.
Oh, don't tell me the reference is lost to you. Pete the Punk, he's a candle stealing hooligan. He was at the concert where Princess Bubblegum got the shirt from Marceline.
Yeah, I think my mind might have been on something else in that scene. I don't know what.
I gotta check the BMO special. What if Pete the Punk is like the snail of this series? Like, spot Pete the Punk in the background.
I watched the BMO special for the first time yesterday, and I can confirm to you there was no Pete the Punk there.
Oh, you don't know. You don't know. Are you sure? Did you
Yeah.
analyze every alien species in the background?
Yes.
Are you implying that Pete the Punk is an alien species?
I could be.
Ooh.
I don't know. We don't know enough about Pete the
Is
Punk.
Pete
That's the mystery of
Punk
him.
Human.
I like to imagine like
Discuss.
Adam Muto is like in the audience right now watching this, like twiddling his fingers, like, "Yes, Seep, unravel my mystery I've set up."
Or he's
Someone
like
got the Pete
panicking
the Punk.
because we're the only people to have caught on to his plans.
We gotta change the script. We gotta change the Distant Lands Together Again script.
Like they just barely slid Pete the Punk in under the Studio XX or whatever.
Guys, I just found this screenshot of Pete the Punk writing the
found out.
journals.
Finally, I have them
Pete the
all.
Pete the Punk is a cryptid.
Oh, we got it. We got a live tweet.
Hold on, I need to put this fucking image on screen.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Oh no, the internet's divided over Clifford.
My God.
This is the best image ever made.
Ready to start the Pete cast.
I can't wait till they show the episode where Pink Diamond gives Pete the Punk like shards of her crystal so he can transform into Pink Diamond Pete the Punk so they can fake her death.
Pete the Pink.
Pete the Pink.
Deepest
Foreshadowing.
lore.
We should have believed Ronaldo when he said that.
And Ronaldo goes, "Steven, we gotta watch out for the Pete the Punk."
What Ronaldo? Pete's our friend.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about
Where
Pete
were
the
we?
Punk. I guess
I feel like there was probably like a disciple of Christ named Peter, and I think we just explained that.
Oh my god.
Punk
Peter
Diamond.
T. Punk.
I guess another question here to kind of finish off the Adventure Time discussion. What do you expect from the next one? Because the next one is the Peppermint Butler one, and that's an interesting character to cover on because I feel like out of the the 4 specials, he's kind of the most side character I want to say out of all of them.
Until this moment, I didn't even consider who would be getting the 4th one because I like didn't know the other 2 after Obsidian. Then people were saying Finn and Jake, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. And now Peppermint Butler, and
No,
I'm processing it.
Yeah, he's the next one.
Huh.
Yeah, it's called Wizard City.
It's gonna be interesting because I feel like Peppermint Butler was more a character like where most about him was kind of left more to like implications than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting to get like kind of a more direct forward special on him.
Yeah, I think this is the sort of thing that I think how they're doing it, they start off with BMO, which is a little lighter, and then they go to Obsidian, which is about Princess Bubblegum and Marceline. And now I think they're going to something that's a little like more low key with Peppermint Butler. Who's not really he's not like a new character, but he's definitely like the sort of setting this is gonna be. Like he's attending school at Wizard City. So he's gonna be like a kid, so we're gonna have our baby Peppermint Butler reboot.
Camp Coral starring Peppermint Butler.
Yeah. But I think this honestly, I was kind of really excited for this one when like these were first announced because it just seems like it could be an interesting window into just a lot of like magic lore in Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Because BMO was about sort of like the sci-fi part of Adventure Time and like all the space aliens. And there's a lot of that in the show. Well, I think Wizard City, which is this next one, is gonna be like I mean, I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Like,
because he's paired with a character in the poster. I don't remember if it's a character from the show. Is it the character he's with in the poster?
I think that's a new character.
I imagine since Peppermint Butler is a bit of a sillier character like BMO was, I imagine kind of like BMO, they're gonna pair him with a more grounded character like Y5 was.
It looks. A lot of people said it's Abracadaniel, but I don't think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be like a relative. Of
Yeah, there's
Abracadaniel.
an Abracadaniel connection.
Yeah.
It's
Someday
gonna be
we'll find it.
Daniel.
I think there's gonna be a scene.
Wait, how?
probably
I
gonna
like Kazam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
That's,
Alacazoe.
Yeah, it looks like Abracadaniel, but I don't think it would be. You can like do BMO and like Peppermint Butler. I don't think you could do a 44-minute episode with Abracadaniel.
Fun fact: same voice actor as Peppermint Butler, too. So yeah, but I think there's gonna be a character where you could have like a quick gag, or like, oh, okay, my uncle's gonna pick me up from school, and you get like a quick cameo of Abracadaniel.
Yeah.
What was that? But yeah, I think this like. I don't know. You could see a lot of characters from this, like, because there's a lot of like wizard characters in the show.
Oh
like
yeah,
Fortress Wizard and,
I imagine this will be the one that has like a lot of cameos in it, like more of some because like Obsidian had a few, BMO had like very very small amount. I imagine this one's gonna have a lot of like comeback characters in it.
Might get the life-giving mages voiced by Master Shake.
I actually do. Speaking of wizard, I do hope Huntress Wizard is in this because she got introduced very late in the show, and I feel like if any character in that show got kind of ripped off, it was probably her. She probably could use a few more episodes.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think they saw like she had a really cool design, but they never really did anything. They never really had an episode with her until like really later on, and then the show ended.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'd be cool to see her. I don't know if they would, but it'd be neat if like Marceline's dad was somehow involved in this, because the show does like imply that he knows him. So like maybe like there could be some kind of special like maybe like they'll like say like that's how he got into dark magic or something. I don't know, because like the premise says that he has some kind of like dark secret, like it says like his dark past like catches up to him because of something that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, it could be a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. That's it.
Here's my question. Lumpy Space Princess has yet to appear. Which special will she be in?
Hopefully not.
Probably the last one.
Yeah, I was
don't know
feeling.
if she'd be in Lizard City.
Yeah, if it's any of them.
I think the last one's probably gonna be like a rat recap of like anyone who just didn't appear the other. I wouldn't be surprised like Marceline and Bubblegum like be more in the last one too.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of expect the last one to be like an because they say it's about Finn and Jake. I wouldn't be surprised if like all the other characters were in it too though.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
All right, any final thoughts on it on Adventure Time?
It's good shit.
Yeah,
Good shit.
It's just good shit.
good
I would-
stuff.
All right, let's talk about the next. So I don't know. I know Amanda watched it. Seep and Rosa, did you two watch any of the Animaniacs reboot?
No.
I saw the first 4. I've been getting
I'm in the same boat. Yeah, I watched the first 4 episodes.
Okay. I've just been watching them just once a day, casually.
My general thoughts on the Animaniacs reboot is, if you liked the original Animaniacs, it is more Animaniacs. If you weren't crazy about the original one, I don't think this is gonna win you over.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds right. I only have like a passing familiarity with like original Animaniacs, but like I enjoyed this a lot. It was just a good time.
Yeah, I wasn't too into the first 2 episodes personally. Like, I thought, like, okay, because I'm a little over like meta. Oh, look at we're selling out type jokes because that wasn't really my thing. And then the second episode just didn't really have anything I thought was that funny. And then episodes 3 and 4 I thought were a lot better.
I like. I never really watched the old Animaniacs. I think I probably talked about this.
Mhm.
But this one I've been watching, and I'd say I enjoy it. Like, I think they are like, they do have some good characters. Like,
What I would suggest is like, what, like I don't remember who said watch the first 4, but
Mhm.
watch the 5th episode because like that has like some deep cuts that even I felt like not knowing the original show.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think like, yeah, even like with like fourth wall stuff aside, I do I like the characters they have. I think like Pinky and the Brain is a pretty funny dynamic.
Oh, if I'm
And-
being honest, I kind of like the Pinky and the Brain ones more than like the main ones.
That's I wasn't sure, but like hearing it from someone else is like convincing me I might have. They were like more consistent at least.
Yeah, I think Pinky and the Brain is a very funny dynamic duo, and I felt about the original ones too. I've always liked Pinky and the Brain more than Animaniacs.
What about the Good Feathers?
And the hippos.
Oh,
Watch the 5th episode. That will.
What about Minerva Mink? She was sexy. That was the joke.
do you miss them?
No,
Nah.
I miss Slappy. That's about it. Like, I don't really care about anyone else.
What about the chick?
Actually, I do know about the 5th episode, and I have great news for Boo Boo Chicken fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing with them, I think I've seen some old fans kind of upset that they weren't in it that much, but I do think a lot of them are just like not even necessarily like
Like bad. They're just,
like
they're just like
they're just
how
not-
how much more could you do with these characters? Is
yeah,
probably the bigger
it's not
thing.
that they're bad. It's like they had their time. Like, I don't think
Their
anyone's really
potential
gonna
is like
get.
used up.
Yeah, I don't think people would get like the joke of Good Feathers. I don't.
The joke of
It's
Good
just
Feathers,
like
Italian.
Because they really narrowed the characters down to this like just like the essential. Because it's just the
Mhm.
Warners.
Streamlined.
The Warners, the security guard, and then like Scratch and Sniff is in the last episode. I know that, and then Pinky and the Brain.
Do you think they could like make new characters?
Because
Some
they
people say that.
they
They
kind
did.
of do. Because the CEO lady
Yeah.
is she kind of takes the place of the original like a CEO.
Oh yeah,
I don't think she's in a ton of the episodes they have had out
She's
so
not.
far though. I kind of wish she was in more because I actually do like the episode she's in.
Yeah.
hmm I'm just thinking of like just having like new segments that you just make up.
Mhm.
Because
There were actually like a couple of those, and they were like really charming, actually.
really, okay,
Yeah,
well, that's
there was
pretty neat.
one like episode. Let me look. I don't want to get this wrong. Continue.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I said I can really on it. I mean, I like it. I think they're pretty funny characters. I guess.
Okay, yeah,
I like
it's
Wacko.
episode 8 that sorry to interrupt. It's episode 8 that has the like new segment, like it's just a one-off, but it's like it's really nice to see that there's like trying something new.
Okay.
I think it'd be neat to see more of that. Like,
Yep.
did this get renewed for another season?
Yeah,
It did,
it got picked
They
up with
mentioned
2.
season 2 and made a joke about that at one point.
Okay. I think it'd be fun to like have a little bit more of that. They probably, I imagine there was probably either from like the crew or like studio notes that said like play it safe with the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm sure they would have liked to do more.
Oh, yeah, you do get a desire they probably wanted to do some of the other characters.
It is a sort of like, Sonic movie situation. You can't really throw too much at once.
Mhm.
You got to see if people will be on board.
Yeah.
And then you add Tails to season 2 of Animaniacs.
That's what, like Ryan already mentioned Scratch and Sniff in the last episode. That's why I feel like it was kind of like testing the waters in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Since
Yeah,
they
seeing
already
if,
know they'll have season 2.
seeing if people are ready for the Animaniacs.
Don't
Do
give
you
a
think people are ready for the Animaniacs to be back?
I don't know. They are pretty zany.
Can I just say, they could never bring Hello Nurse back, and I would not give a shit. I think people only pretend to care about that character so they can make a fuss about her being gone. But I'm gonna level with you all. Name one funny joke Hello Nurse ever said in the original show.
Bye-bye.
They eventually, the only thing they ever did is like later on they made her like a girl boss. It's like, okay, well, character being a girl boss doesn't matter in a comedy. Doesn't matter if she's being epic if she's not telling any fucking jokes.
See, this is interesting. Yeah, this is interesting because it actually has me wanting to like go back and watch the original, like afterward.
She says PogChamp. What does Hello Nurse say PogChamp? Point me the episode, season, minute. I want to know.
You'll have to keep watching to see.
Yep.
I'm lying.
That's something I wanted to say. I'm just lost my mind.
Was that the longest amount of dead air? That was like 3 seconds.
I was trying to think of something. I had something I wanted to say and I forgot. Oh no, where did that thought go?
It's floating up in the ceiling.
No, I will just say. I guess the thought was, that is a thing in comedies where they have a girl character, and they don't know what to do with her, so they make her like the epic girl boss who always like is cool and awesome. It's like, well, that's nice, but like in a comedy, that doesn't make a very interesting character. Like,
It's like what blanket?
It's like Dot and Slappy were silly and funny, and they made jokes and had a personality. I don't think a character being a girl boss matters much.
Yeah.
Even like the new CEO, like the joke of her being a girl boss is like more played up and silly, whereas Hello Nurse was like a played straight girl boss.
Mhm.
And the other thing is, I don't think this is comparable to Miss Bellum either from like the Powerpuff Girl reboots, because like she had a stupid reason to get removed. Like that was a perfectly fine. That was a perfectly fine character who fitted into the show, had a personality. They removed for no reason whatsoever.
Like with Animaniacs CEO, they like first episode has like that joke about pulling up the ladder behind her. Like they communicate pretty well why she exists.
Yeah.
It's gender balanced, pronoun neutral,
and ethically diverse. Gender balanced, pronoun neutral, and ethically diverse.
It's the Arlo movie.
It's time for the Arlo movie now. And I'm furry to that max. So just sit back and relax. Paper Mario's coming back. It's the Arlo movie now.
We're doing this.
Come join Arlo and the Fuzzo Boom cast. Just for fun, we upload Nintendo videos to YouTube. They lock me, I don't know, bit over.
I can't believe they cut. I was gonna name a Fuzzaboom character. They're cutting the Arlo reboot, but like,
Welcome to the Arlo lore section of the podcast that I didn't know was here.
Yeah, God, did you?
You're free.
This is an established
we
one.
are Arlo experts. Rosa, tell her your favorite Arlo moment.
The one where he's drowning.
Classic
Oh, I like the sound of that.
cinematic.
I really like the sound of that.
The one where him arguing with the Griffin family about Paper Mario.
Oh.
Peter, how could you not like 1,000-Year Door? It's the best game ever made. Wah!
I did not care for 1,000-Year Door.
All right. Any final thoughts on Animaniacs?
I think our Arlo voice is like Cool Cat.
All right, we've kind of.
Whoa! This is so awesome! I'm
kind
gonna stop this.
No, I can't say that.
We've kind of skipped it. We've kind of.
Last thing about like Animaniacs,
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's at strongest, or at least this one because I haven't seen the original, but it's at its strongest when it's like not doing politics, but for the opposite reason that you would like expect to hear.
Okay.
Because like what you get like I love that they admit that this is being written in 2018 and the jokes they get out of that are great.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
other than that, it's really
All right. I'll tell you when we're back in live again.
cool.
Rose is gone.
Oh, is she?
She's gone.
Oh God. Okay.
God.
All right. All right. We're back. Okay. Sorry. OBS crashed.
We're back, and we're
And
feeling groovy.
groovy. On Disney Plus, you can watch our brand new movie.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I guess everyone went out, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. OBS just crashed for me.
When was what was the last thing we were on? Before the thing exploded.
We were talking
According
about.
to the Curb, it was your Arlo voice.
Was the Arlo voice?
I don't know. Curb just mentioned it in chat.
Everyone say when it crashed in the chat.
Crash? Crash! Bandicoot! I need those crystals. The last thing they heard was Arlo drowned.
Arlo drowned. Really?
It was
crashed when Arlo drowned.
It was Crash when Amanda was talking about politics. Okay, so
we can just
I'll
recap
just
that point.
Sum that up again. I like it's
Yeah.
strongest when it's not talking about politics because when it does go into satire, it's all like really like basic, light
yeah,
type stuff.
Yeah,
that
my-
I've heard,
I think this got cut off when I said it. I thought the Trump Olympus thing was like kind of just like a boring joke. Like it's like, oh, there he is. But I thought the Olympics one they did like the next episode that was just like jokes, silly jokes for like a couple minutes was way funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
I-
like shout out to high jump legal in 12 states or 18 states because that was actually like legit funny to me.
I think it's a case where you're seeing how not necessarily the show is different, but the world around the show has changed so much to where
Yes.
like now it's a lot easier to get political commentary like that on pretty much anything. It's like with the internet and it I think the bridge between like creator and viewer is a lot closer now than it used to be. So it's a bit less novel to hear
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff
Yeah.
in cartoons.
And to be fair, I just think
yeah.
it's funnier when they're being horrible little gremlin children.
Yeah, I
It's
like
the
that.
pinnacle. It's what they're meant to be.
And I like that they can do that. I think I wouldn't say that it's like solely propped up by like political humor and fourth wall jokes. I mean, there's a lot of that, but I wouldn't go. I'd say there's still like
There's other strengths.
Yeah,
there's genuine cartoony antics. Like
Like,
the animation
yeah.
is really
Yeah.
good.
Here's my thing. The animation's really like I really like just watching a show that's like very because like there's not a lot of like stuff that's like very unapologetically just cartoony and bouncy and well animated on top of that because there's a lot of cartoony bouncy shows that just aren't super well animated. This is my one problem is a lot of the human characters do look very ugly in this.
Yeah.
I assume that was just like always the show's style.
They always were ugly, but I think they were more interestingly ugly in the original one. I want to say. The CEO lady's fine. The security guard's fine. Scratch the Sid is fine. Some of the other ones are a little. I describe as like Johnny Test looking characters.
Johnny Test.
Johnny.
Like they look like
Johnny.
the Johnny Test looking characters in the cartoon voting song. I described the characters that look like Johnny Test background characters.
Okay. Like the fake Link.
Yeah, like the fake Link. He looks like a fucking Link from like the
Yeah.
Johnny Test episode.
Okay. I see that. I can see that.
Oh yeah, there was like a link in there.
Yeah.
Lincoln
like,
Loud.
specifically Link to the Past with the pink hair.
Lincoln Loud.
I appreciated that.
Everyone's favorite.
I was talking to my friends about that song, and I said I would like that song better if Steven Universe showed up in the middle of the song. No reason why. I just thought it would be funny if like modern cartoons start showing up. Like,
That would be funny.
come on, Pizza Steve, we gotta go vote.
Liv, don't talk to me. Yeah, Uncle Grandpa and Animaniacs would have been really funny. I'd
Dude,
probably say
Mordecai and Rigby show up in Animaniacs, or you're fired.
Mordecai and Rigby, go protest for cartoons to vote, or you're fired.
We should have gotten a 30-second revival ad. Mordecai and Rigby tell you to go vote.
Who's the Trump voter? Who's the Trump voter in regular show? Who they had like in 16.
No. You can't have it be a Trump vote. Yeah, you need like the 16 angle where they're not technically a Trump voter, but you can still have a joke where they wear the hat. No, you can't do that. You can't have Muscle Man wear a Make America Great Again hat. You can't do that.
We were all thinking.
Hey, bros. Remember to vote blue no matter who. Woo!
High Five Ghost is a hard leftist.
Oh, I would
No,
I would
I can't do that voice. I want to make a joke like that, but I can't do the voice.
I would love like a Cartoon Network Turner Broadcasting funded voting ad where it's it uses live action footage, but they superimpose cartoon characters in it every now and then. So it's someone's voting in their ballot and but I can't think of a single cartoon character.
Daffy
Who's the
Duck.
cartoon network?
Daffy Duck.
Daffy Duck is
Hey, what's the holdup?
and then he I don't know. Yeah, that'd be great. And you'd have a little animation of Muscle Man swinging his shirt around.
I just voted.
And he has an I voted sticker on his boob.
I like that the cast we've chosen for this is Daffy Duck, who is famous cartoon icon, and Muscle Man, who is gone.
Okay. I don't know. What did I miss?
Oh, we're talking about
Daffy Duck and Muscle Man. They're
Muscle
real.
Man's I voted sticker.
They're real, and they voted.
Johnny Brown was like, "Whoa, baby, I just voted." Hey, pretty mama.
Oh, mama.
So you
don't show your.
he flirts with Garnet or something, and she punches him through the wall.
Oh my gosh! And then Lumpy Space Princess is taking a selfie with her ballot, and they're like, "No, no, no! Don't do this." This is just when you're about to watch a movie and they have the ads that tell you to turn off your phone before the movie. Oh my god! But with Cartoon Network characters voting, this is exactly what this is.
The fucking evil the evil dude from season 3 of Infinity Train is voting. the dude from season 3 of Infinity Train, the one who he's
Simon.
Simon. Yes, Simon is
You know what? I
voting.
control the place because then us to shut up. So I know it's good.
Simon is invalidating ballots.
And Porky Pig comes up to him. It's like, "Oh, Simon, you can't do that."
Hey, baby, stop the count.
Every that one just got me.
And then,
Which cartoon character crosses their arm and says "Joconda forever"?
Oh my god.
No.
Oh.
I don't know if there's a good answer to that. I don't know if there's a good answer to which Cartoon Network character
crosses their arm and says "Joconda forever."
There's no good answer. I can't. I don't know what.
Or chicken.
Sure.
Hey, Joconda forever.
Hey, you kind of
No.
I wanted to vote for Kanye.
See, you need to stop being so fucking good at this. Stop it. Stop.
I think Dendi will be there, and she'll be like, "KO, I invented the fastest voting machine ever." And then like fucking Double D comes up and tries to vote, and the machine just fucking like slams him. I don't know why these like 12-year-olds are voting.
They're Cartoon Network characters. They have a pass.
Samurai Jack shows up and he's like, how the fuck did I get here? Where am I?
We've lost like 5 viewers. Sped up this Cartoon
Good.
Network voting.
We
bit.
deserve that.
You know, the political jokes and ready to start the podcast aren't their strongest suits, but
Oh my god, we've become what we hate. Hate? Talk about?
I guess.
All right. Let's stop this. We usually forget this segment because we go too long, but we have time for it. This is the part of the show where we talk about like one thing we watched or played this week before we get to questions. Rosa always comes prepared for this, so she can go first.
All right, so I've been watching Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the entire series. It was great. It's just really impressive of like what a reboot could change up.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really just change up a lot of stuff while still staying true to it at the same time. Just them being different turtles and then playing it to their like personalities and strengths. And then like they really just went and like changed up their iconic weapons to like weapons that sort of work similar to theirs but like different. You know, they really went all out.
I feel bad I haven't watched it yet because it looks incredibly good, and I keep meaning to watch it, and then I'll forget, and then someone will remind me, like, "Oh yeah, watch that soon," and then I'll forget, and someone. I need to just I just need to sit down and watch this fucking show already.
You're missing this
the
Ben
thing is-
Schwartz show.
I have also been meaning to watch like Rise for the longest time. I watched like the first 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, why don't I want to watch this? Like there's no reason I shouldn't, theoretically. Like it looks beautiful. Like the animation is great. I don't have any attachment to any like previous incarnation of
Oh,
the
same.
anime. And then I realized like maybe I'm just like too conceptually weirded out by Ninja Turtles.
Because Rosa, you haven't watched. Were you a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan before this, or at all?
The only one I seen was like the 2001 when I was younger. This is like the latest Ninja Turtles I seen all the way through.
Yeah, I haven't watched like any TMNT ever, and this is like the first thing they've ever done that like really super interested me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like just so completely different. But at the same time, it does reference a lot of the older turtles that people who are like at least familiar with the older stuff will catch.
I appreciate so much how the show's animation is just like the team styling on everyone.
Yeah, it's just like they were able to do all that on a Nickelodeon budget.
It doesn't look good. I don't like it. There's no frames.
I watched Spider-Verse last week, and where were the frames? When you watch Disney's Frozen, you see the frames.
Rating movies based on how many frames are in them.
Yes. The animation is good, but there's extra frames. It's just like video games.
Yeah, when I was watching like Dragon Ball Z, I'm like, this isn't very good, and then I interloped it to have 60 frames. Like, oh!
Don't remind me. That's oh.
So, but all in all, yeah, it's just like a really good watch. I mean, it's just very short-lived. Like there was just a lot of episodes in the first season, at least 24 plus like half episodes, like 111 in it. So and then the second season is obviously like half the episode, and then it's just like them wrapping it up with like an arc they had set up. In the first.
From an outsider perspective, I get the vibe. The show they kind of got pushed on like it was gonna end, and they had to kind of rush an ending out.
Yeah. The second season was like pretty much dedicated to like setting up that what leads to that ending.
I think the show
That's
got.
safe cartoons.
I
That happens too much with cartoons.
Yeah, I think the show seems everything I've seen from the show sounds like it got really screwed over by like just not being treated well by Nick and nostalgia critic type people thinking it was awful because it was something different for a 40-year-old franchise.
Yeah, especially since it got like dumped onto Nicktoons Network.
Oh god, fucking death sentence.
Yeah, second season Nicktoons Network. You just know it's just gonna go bad. It's just a real shame because like honestly, it's just like really shows like how different you can make like a reboot, how much of its own voice it can have, how it just like completely changes up the formula for the most part.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that if a franchise is like 30, 25 plus years old, just who cares if they do something super different? Who cares at that point?
Yeah, it's basically like a Shakespeare story at that point. You can just make it like the Lion King and just
Just
And that is something I've been feeling lately because I've noticed a lot of reboots and stuff now. Like people make a joke like reboots change and ruin everything. I disagree. I think a lot of animated reboots now more than ever put a huge emphasis on like how much of the same they are. And I don't think we'll ever get stuff like the Looney Tunes show ever again. I think they're too scared to do stuff like that now.
Mhm.
Dang.
But I will, Rosa. I will watch this damn show, and I will see. I will realize.
and Great Pretenders.
All right.
First 5 episodes just amazing. But yeah.
All right, Amanda, you're the guest. What did you watch or play this week?
I finished up my like DC animated universe watch that I started like 3 months ago, which is Batman the Animated Series, Superman, Justice League Unlimited, and Batman Beyond, which I finished last week. And then it's just 5 or technically 6 really solid shows. Like it's like there's some like comic-y bullshit now and then, but it just feels like the really definitive versions of the characters. I'm sure you've all heard like enough like praise for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know people generally. The general vibe I get is Marvel tends to make the better movies, but DC always has like better cartoons and stuff. Like almost always.
basically. Although in the realm of Marvel cartoons, Spectacular Spider-Man is
Oh
good.
yeah. That's usually the exception I hear.
DCAU, super solid.
It's
You can pick like any one of those on its own and get like a really good show.
I mean I've heard nothing but praise about the Batman stuff in particular. Like it's like stuff people always say is like the best thing ever, pretty much.
Yeah, like Batman is specifically like transcends like good superhero show. I cannot recommend that enough.
I mean, would Doug Walker lie?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, he would, but not about that because it's just good.
He will fight the Union.
It's interesting to me because I don't know. I want to know because DC seems like they always have like it's like a good streak of making very solid cartoons, and Marvel just has never, besides Spectacular Spider-Man, ever come close. And I wonder why.
It's weird. Like maybe it has something to do with like the whole money troubles like they were going through with their rights. Like why they pawned Spider-Man off to Sony. Something to do with that maybe.
Baker Pete.
Like screwing themselves over ahead of time. Don't know, but yeah, it's weird.
Remember when we thought?
I mean, they're not complaining now.
Remember when we thought Disney was gonna lose Spider-Man to Sony, and they were in the middle of like that huge twist that happened at the end of like Homecoming or whatever.
Oh my god.
That would have been funny to see how they handled that.
I really wish Sony got it, not because I actually care about who has Spider-Man, but like I just want to see the MCU get screwed over. I really want to see that.
The problem with superhero
Because they were
movies
banking
now.
on him so
The problem with superhero movies now is we've peaked so hard with Spider-Verse, I can't ever go back.
Yep, that's it.
I
That's it.
guess I didn't watch or read anything or play anything new this week, but I did watch Spider-Verse again, and it's insane to me how good that movie still actually, like, I was like, well, was there a bit of hype, when we first watched it, it was so big, and I watched it again, like, yesterday. Like, oh no, this movie's still that good.
Spider-Verse is like the superhero singularity. There's before Spider-Verse and there's after. Like it's a fucking masterpiece. Like, yeah, that's it.
Seep, did you watch or play anything this week? It's okay if you didn't, don't worry.
I'm trying to think.
I imagine Adventure Time was the big thing you watched this week, and I just talked about like 40 minutes.
I guess so. I don't know what I do, honestly.
That's
I'm thinking
fine.
about it. I don't. Yeah. I played Sonic Lost World on the 3DS.
Oh, what did you think of it?
I had played it before. So I don't really have much new to say about it. No, I'll think of. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow!
Wow! Oh my god! Look at all this!
I played Mario Sunshine. I
Oh,
probably
okay.
have mentioned that before.
What'd you think of it?
I just beat Bowser last night. I wasn't really planning on doing that, but that's what happened.
Did you play Mario Sunshine before the collection came out, or was this your first time?
No, this is my first time going through it all.
Well, how was it?
I'm about like, I think I'm like 82 shines in right now. I'm trying to do. I'm serious. I'm doing a 100% run of it.
Oh,
Not
God
joking.
save your God save your soul.
Here's the thing about Mario Sunshine that I love, because plenty of people are playing for the first time now, and I love Mario Sunshine with all my heart. It's my favorite. I love it. It is a garbage game.
Well, this is. Oh, continue.
I love it. I love it with all my heart. I hold it so dear. It's such a special game. It's kind of garbage though.
See, like before the collection, I had all my Sunshine experience was like emulating it for all of 10 minutes. Before like I realized my controller doesn't really work for this. Then the collection happened, and I started Sunshine, and I very quickly just wanted to finish Sunshine. Because here's the thing. Like 64 had the whole like open world thing. Like you can get lost, but you can also find like a star you weren't looking for. So getting lost can benefit you. And Galaxy is like a different kind of game altogether. It's more linear, which also is good because it serves its purpose. So you can't really get lost there. Sunshine has the big worlds you can get lost in, but that can never benefit you because like you're still selecting specific missions and you can only get that shine. So it just really works against it.
Yeah.
It's not a good game.
You know,
only
you can go, Rose.
the only time you get to like sequence break, it's like in Bianca Hill, the first level, where you could like skip past the Goopy Piranha and then go and fight Petty Piranha.
Yeah. There's not a lot of like. I feel like because like I think Odyssey kind of finally nailed what Sunshine wanted to do, which is mix like open world like kind of more of a story. Because Odyssey has like there's a story within the world, but you can do the stuff in the world whatever order you want.
Yeah, it was super interesting, like getting the collection and then playing in order 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, Odyssey, and just like seeing that sort of advance.
Because one second, you can go next, Steve. I just want to say, people compare 64 and Odyssey. I honestly think Odyssey is more evolution of Sunshine than 64. That's my hot take. You go though.
I can see that actually.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. Even with like how Flood works, like that feels kind of like Cappy feels like a sequel to Flood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like once I actually played Sunshine and started seeing Flood as like wiggle room for your jumps, I was like, oh, Cappy is this.
Yeah. And the so yeah, what I'll say from like as someone who's never played Sunshine before the collection came out, I wouldn't call it a garbage game. I would call it an evil game.
That's
Yes.
a good word. That's a good word. Yeah.
Bizarre. It's like malicious. And that's why I
I
didn't 100% it, because I already don't think it's a good game. And I just played until like the required number of shines to beat Bowser. And the more I play, the lower my opinion of it will go. Like I know that much.
honestly, I'd call it evil, but I also really like it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to. I've enjoyed my time with it. I think it's a fun game. I think Mario is like fun to control. And we talk about how Flood like can really open up your movement options. But yeah, it's funny how you can't go 10 minutes in that game without seeing something that you've like seen someone on the internet like rant about how terrible it is.
Like going
And
into Sunshine, I was already super familiar with it because, like, as a kid, I watched the absolute fuck out of the Chugga Conroy Let's Play, so I already knew like what I was getting into.
hmm
And
yeah,
like,
I just remember when I was playing it, like every few minutes be like, oh, this is the sandbird. I've heard about this. I've heard a lot of infamous things about this. Oh, and then there's the melon thing. I've heard a lot of infamous things about this. And then there's this and that. There's so many like things that I've just heard horror stories about. And honestly, I think that kind of prepared me for it in a way that made me enjoy it more. Just because I knew going into it that it was like an evil game where like everyone is like mean to Mario in the hub world. And
Jenny is saying
um
this in chat that the game feels like a zero playtesting polish. The game actually was rushed. I know that.
yeah,
oh
Yeah.
I could tell that definitely from like comparing it to 64 how there's like less levels and you have to do more of the shines in the levels. And I
Mhm.
remember like getting to a point where it was like I had like 72 shines and I had like done all the levels and I'm like, well, where are the rest of the shines? Like how like how bad is it?
Well,
Really?
it's interesting too because 64 was actually rushed too because we know like most of that game's development was on Mario's physics, and then they made the levels like in the last 4 months of development.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's why there's like fucking two of everything.
It was really with Galaxy was when Mario 30 games got really like refined. Like you could tell like they spent a lot of time like thinking about everything that would go into those games.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I am planning on going for all the shines. I
God
think
bless your
I've
soul.
done. I honestly think I don't want to get cocky, but I feel like I've done the worst things. Like I've done the pachinko. I did that thing where you're on like the poison river thing, and you have to like
Oh, yeah.
ride the Yoshi all the way there. That was I think that was like the worst part, but I was able to do it. And yeah, it's evil, but you know, I love it's like giving birth to a Jersey Devil, you know.
I've seen people. I saw a tweet once saying it was like the 06 of Mario. I wouldn't go that far because Sonic 06 is not a fun or interesting game. Mario Sunshine is still fun and interesting, I would say.
Yeah, I could have fun. I think this is a fun to play game.
Although arguably you could say that the Sonic part in 06 is like the funnest part.
Honestly, like if I were going to compare Mario Sunshine to a Sonic game, it'd probably honestly be like Adventure 2 because like plot aside, it's also very sort of like it's very janky at times, but like the vibes are impeccable and it's like still fun in a lot of places.
See, like the thing is, the bottom line is, like the very worst of Mario is still like pretty all right.
Yeah, there's not a lot of even like the most because even like something like Sticker Star, functions as a game still has good music.
Right. Yeah, I think the Sonic Adventure 2 comparison is really apt. I think I noticed something like that when I was playing. Like it felt like there was a lot of ways where I don't know if it was supposed to be directly answering to Sonic Adventure, but like there's things like how it's like showing off the water a lot, and Sonic Adventure did that a ton. And like how there's also the plot with like the Shadow Mario and Mario goes to jail. There's a lot more voice acting.
Mario, how dare you disturb my family vacation? Rawr!
That's such a
love
that
it.
Bowser voice. Why is that Bowser voice in Mario Tennis Aces? Like, I was watching the intro to that, and like Bowser's like, roar!
Holy, the same like roar.
Mario-
It has like old voice clips in that.
Yeah, because the intro to the game they added 6 months after it came out, because they updated the intro. There's a voice clip of Mario from Mario and Luigi, and he goes, Luigi! It's like in Mario plus Rabbids, there's a point where Mario's like running, and then Luigi does very distinctly his Mario from like Luigi's Mansion, and it's so clearly that. It's so funny.
Yeah.
If it was Next Level Games, they would like have Charles Martinelli record like 50 clips.
I mean, Next Level Games.
They're next level.
It's very funny because Mario's spin-offs that aren't main series stuff just reuse voice clips. The only time they do new Mario stuff is for main series stuff. The only exception is Luigi's Mansion, where they always record new Luigi voice clips.
I mean, you got it. It's like
The amount of new Luigi's voice clips in Luigi's Mansion 3 is absurd.
I wonder how long Charles Martinet was just in like recording booth. Because there's a lot of stuff in that game.
Oh wait, hold on. They did also, I think, they recorded new voice clips for Mario Kart 8 too. I forgot because there was new Yoshi. That was the first time they did new Yoshi voice clips. Like in such Yoshi's story was Mario Kart 8.
I feel like Charles Martinet is really happy whenever Next Level Games announce a new game.
He's like, oh yeah, let's go. Next level games. You're number one.
Like that's his normal speaking voice.
He gets to say more than one word.
That's the real trick. His quote unquote normal speaking voice is the mask.
Just like me, Gilbert Godfrey.
You know, just one more thing on Mario before we go into like questions to wrap up. One thing I'm glad about Mario recently is because Sunshine was making me think about this. I'm glad. I feel like recently they're still there. I think they're more branching out from like the new Super Mario Bros. Aesthetic. I think they're a bit done with that. I can tell because even in Paper Mario Origami King, like grasslands and that aren't like new Super Mario Bros. Grasslands, and you know Mario Odyssey doesn't have any new Super Mario Bros. Type grassland. I think thankfully to me at least, I think they're done with it. I think they're a little over it.
Yeah. Well, the last new Super Mario Bros. Game was like 8 years ago.
I think it's Mario branding's still a little tight in some places, but they've loosened up a lot since like the Wii U era for sure. I think.
Mm-hmm.
New Super Mario U is like really interesting because everything I've heard is like it's a good game, but it's also the same game. So what I want is to like peek into the timeline where it was the only one.
Yeah, that'd be interesting if like
Uh-huh.
if it was the only one, how people would feel about it.
Yeah.
Because even with like Luigi's Mansion 3, like that's a case for me where I feel like they've really loosened up on Mario branding because every character in that game is a new character, and like the only recurring Mario character you really see in it at all is Luigi, because all the other ones are like pushed to the side mostly.
Yeah, Luigi and the Marios.
And it's just almost all new characters, which I think is interesting. Which is a very big kind of risky thing for the Mario franchise to do. Because even like Egad is like a Luigi exclusive character.
What is he gonna be in Mario Kart?
Real talk. If there's any Mario character besides like Pauline who needs to be in like a kart game that isn't Mario Kart 2 or like immediately, why the fuck has Egad not been in anything?
I remember them saying that like there was plans.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in DS.
Wasn't
Yeah,
like didn't one of the like arcade like GP ones have like his Mario robot in
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
I know this because there's like a YouTube channel, or maybe it's just one video that's like all about like this fucking theory that it's like evil.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like this goes deep into the fucking Mario Kart GP lore.
All right. I think now's a good time we could take 2 or 3 questions. This is the part of the funny show, everyone, where you type your question in chat and we will answer them. So let's get it started. Let's get it started in here.
Let's get it started.
Does Stu Pickles listen to EDM?
Stupid Chris.
I don't know what that is.
Dude.
I think Stu Pickles.
Every
No.
time I ask you people for questions, it's like, oh, does Mario say SpongeBob?
SpongeBob. You seen that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all seen that. Why is that a video everyone has seen?
I haven't-
Sensationalized.
I
You haven't
exist
seen
to
Mario
prove
Says
that not
SpongeBob?
everybody has seen that video.
SpongeBob. It's just called like Mario Says SpongeBob, and then the video starts. It says Mario Says SpongeBob, and then Mario goes SpongeBob.
That's fucked up.
I think
We're
we're just
still
too
wondering.
talking. No one has questions.
Nobody
Shit
has
is so
fucking.
thorough.
Everyone just asks, fucking, does Mario say SpongeBob?
Did Mario get a PS5?
Well, let's talk about the PS5 launch for a second here.
Poop and shit 5.
Is EGAD secretly Louis from the future? I don't. Did you?
Louis Duck?
Can you hear the legend of Kung Fu Panda? You're all making a joke out of me and my show.
Listen,
Yeah,
Louis,
the
pretty,
legend.
I know Ika and Louis are both fucked up, but like, not in the same kind of fucked up.
Thoughts
Oh
on?
right, I was kind of hoping like Bug Snacks would be brought up
Ah!
because like okay, I didn't know this game like existed until like a week ago when I came back to Twitter. So I was like, so I immediately like went down the rabbit hole of Bug Snacks. And for the people not to know, there is a Bug Snacks rabbit hole, and I came out of that like a different person. I'm done. Keep talking.
I have seen Bugsnax. I watched Germa's playthrough of it, and I think it is a really neat game. Because I stood by. That game was getting shit on a lot when it first got revealed because it got grouped with like a bunch of like PS5 big tech showcase type stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like people were like shitting on it kind of unfairly. So I'm glad when it came out, I'd seen nothing but like praise for it on my timeline. I watched a couple reviews and everyone liked it. All the streamers I've watched have liked it. I'm glad, and I'm also glad that it weirdly has casually like some of the best LGBT rep like in any game, just really casually.
I'm so glad for the Bug Snacks fans who are just there for the game up at Antics. But I
Yeah.
cannot look at that game the same way with the things I first learned about it. And I'm sure the people who know.
I don't want to get it spoiled. I really want to play it, but
Yeah.
I also like I don't play a lot of games a lot. I feel like I don't have time, but
Yeah.
I want to make time for that.
Yeah, it's still really something I want to get into soon. You know, right after I finish with my Miku fix.
Yeah, someone's asking. Yeah, Bugsnax has not just like LGBT rep, but like a lot of it, like a good decent amount of it,
Wow.
like way more
Really?
you'd think. And
Like,
they all,
from what I've seen, it's really nice actually.
yeah,
Like
Oh.
they just exist, and that's that.
it's really neato.
It's normal.
All right, here's a good
Yeah.
question to kind of finish off the stream. What do you think next is for the Nintendo Switch lifespan? I think this shit's gonna. I think they're gonna really drive out the Switch. I think there's like 4 more years of this shit.
Yeah,
I do think they're gonna do a Switch Pro, like most people seem to think. I don't know what that will entail though.
they're gonna keep milking the Switch just like you can do in 1-2 Switch.
Wow!
Wow.
Wow!
Honestly, I'd be fine if they just keep doing the because I think it's a pretty good idea. I mean, I think it is a console with like I think there are a lot of technical issues with it
Mhm.
that are like really kind of unprecedented for
Fucking
Nintendo console.
drift.
Yeah.
Drift is nuts because like a few months ago, mine started to finally drift. I was like, okay, this isn't that bad. I can manage. And then like last week, it was god awful. And then like a couple days back, I opened up Animal Crossing, and it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
That's why I go for like third-party stuff, because like they're really catching up with the quality, and then like adding in like IR sensors and stuff.
See, that's what I was about to do. Like when it got bad, but then it fixed itself, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, mine's done that a
Okay,
few
cool.
times. It's very weird too, because for a long time, Nintendo was kind of known for like having really solidly put together like hardware. So like it was kind of famous. So, like their stuff would just never break. Like the Game Boy that like survived a war. You like
Yeah.
drop their stuff and it would just still be fine. So it's very
GameCube.
weird. Yeah, it was very weird now that it's suddenly just like it's very weird for them, and it's unfortunate that they're also being shitty about it.
Curb, same here. I have mine since like I got with Odyssey, and it's like a miracle it didn't happen sooner. But yeah,
I think
Yeah.
I think the Switch is going to go on for a while because Nintendo's in its own little boat. It's not really competing against Sony and Xbox.
Yeah, they've always
Mhm.
been like in between console generations.
Yeah, they're such in their own niche right now. I think they're just going to because the